We saw Volta Mining Company coming through today and announcing that it's looking to acquire the Kango iron ore project in Gabon. That's from a Core Mining Company, and of course Core Mining will keep a shareholding in Volta, around a 15% shareholding. Now, why it is quite interesting is it's, Volta is listed on the ASX, the Australian Stock Exchange. It's a small resource company very much focused on African exploration, specifically in West Africa. This is the second iron ore project that it's got in Gabon right now. It's got another 2 exploration licenses in a Bomba iron ore project. So it is synergies they're looking for in Gabon right now. Let's delve into this right now. Let's cross over to our studios in Gabon. We've got Fabrice Nze-Bekale, the CEO of Equatorial Mining Company, standing by. Fabrice, thanks so much for joining us now. I mean, what's the significance from your side of Volta buying the Kango iron ore project from Core Mining, and do you see synergies here within the broader mining sector?
Definitely. Thanks for having me. I think it's a great news for Gabon, because it shows that despite the relative decline in commodities prices, there is still activity in the mining sector, especially in Gabon, and that there is still appetite for mining activities in Gabon.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to this specific project, they're looking at up to 61% of iron ore underneath the ground. I mean, what is the potential that you know of it? It's 18,000 square kilometers, as far as I can see. How lucrative are the reserves under the ground?
Well, it's a very nicely located pyramid. It's 100 kilometers away from Libreville, the capital city. 20 kilometers maximum away from the railway, so there will be limited infrastructure to build. That should add a lot of value to the project.
Yeah, and value to the country right now that the mining sector is adding, because of course there has been this drive for some time to diversify away from oil, and we know that oil reserves have been depleting. How would you rate the progress when it comes to building up the infrastructure that's needed and creating that enabling environment for mining companies right now to basically operate and dig the iron ore or whatever it is out the ground?
Well, it's definitely a positive news for Gabon. It is true that we've been trying to diversify away from oil and gas. We are trying to attract more companies into mining in Gabon, and the decision by Volta Mining to acquire Core Mining's permit in Gabon is definitely a good news. Volta Mining is already in Gabon. The fact that they are buying another asset simply shows their commitment to continue their exploration efforts in the country. I
mean, how much exploration is underway right now in Gabon as a whole? I mean, are we going to continue to see investors being lured by prospects? I mean, what type of exploration activities are taking place in the country right now?
Well, there is never enough exploration. We will continue very hard to attract foreign investors into the mining sector. Next week, for example, there is the first Gabon-UK Investment Forum in London on the 29th of November. It will be, the President Bongo will attend the event. This is the kind of things that we try to do very regularly to show that Gabon is open for business in all sectors, and especially in mining.
What are the mining regime, what is the regulatory regime right now when it comes to taxes in Gabon like?
When it comes, sorry, to what?
When it comes to taxes, what are the mining taxes that are in place right now in Gabon?
Well, there are of course some taxes. Mining companies have to pay some royalties. The rates are not very high. We have to remain competitive because we are fully aware that mining companies have the choice to come to Gabon or to go to other countries. So we try to position ourselves as the mining destination in Central Africa and West Africa.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to the infrastructure side of things, you talked about the Kango iron ore project being close to railway lines and of course taking that to then the port, which is so necessary. How much emphasis is government putting on building the infrastructure for mining companies right now, and how much money is going into that?
Well, there's nothing you can do to develop an economy without the proper infrastructure. A couple of years ago, a decision was made to set up the Agence Nationale des Grands Travaux in Gabon, which is a big national agency for big civil works, which advises the government on the best infrastructure to develop in the country in order to promote growth, especially in mining. So there are plans to continue to develop the infrastructure in Gabon with building of new railways and new ports, especially a mineral port.
And let's just go back to the Kango iron ore project, because this is a key one for the country. And of course, we've got the Mbombo one where the exploration licenses still are. I mean, are there any forecasts when you'll see the first shipments coming from this project?
We will definitely see other projects like this kind in the future in Gabon. Like I said before, we are working very hard to see more happening in the country.